Hello everyone. Welcome to yoga. My name is Taylor and I will be guiding you this evening. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and you can press the little bell to get some notifications. We're also offering one-on-one classes, so if that's something that you're interested in, please let us know. But today we will be focusing on some heart openers. With that in mind, like heart opener, opening up the chest, so not necessarily crunching into the back. So just keep that in mind through the practice. And we will start on our backs today. So maybe with the feet about mat width distance apart, knocking the knees in towards each other, and then making any little adjustments to get comfortable with the shoulders and the hips. Maybe bringing one hand to the heart, one to the belly, softening the eyes or closing them. And if available, allowing yourself to drop in right away. Letting go of anything that you had to do today or anything that you have left to do. Allowing yourself to be completely present here. And a nice way to do that is to focus in on the breath. Not necessarily changing anything about it, but just noticing your flow of inhales and exhales. Maybe noticing if the breath is deep today or a little shallow. And then beginning to breathe with a bit more intention. Starting to fill up from the bottom of the belly, up through the ribs, into the chest, and slowly exhaling from the chest, all the way back down to the bottom of the belly. Again, inhaling to fill up completely, and slowly exhaling out. Finding an effortless pattern that you can use through the whole practice today. And since we are focusing on heart openers, maybe your intention today could be sending a little love to someone. So thinking about someone. And if your mind starts to wander, coming back to your breath, maybe coming back to that person, and coming back to your practice. Again, inhaling to fill up, slowly exhaling out. One more time, filling up together, opening up the mouth, exhaling out through the mouth. And then bringing your arms out beside you. And we'll knock the knees over to the right, finding a little spinal twist. So keeping both shoulders on the mat here, maybe gazing over at the left. So light twist. And on your next inhale, coming back to center, exhaling those knees over to the left. Again, maybe gazing over at the right. And on your inhale, coming back to center, bringing the feet so they're nice and close to the sit bones, about hip width distance apart. You can have your arms right beside you. And we're going to inhale up to a bridge, but does not have to be your full bridge. I would recommend it not being your full bridge. So you can have the palms of your hands on the mat. And then on your inhale, starting to lift up through the hips, just a very soft bridge. So keeping the shoulders on the mat, nice open chest. Keeping the legs engaged, but kind of trying to allow the butt to relax a little bit. So glutes engaged, but finding a little bit of relaxation in the butt. Nice inhale like this. Exhaling here. Inhaling to fill up. And exhale to slowly lower vertebrae by vertebrae until the whole length of the spine is back onto the mat. And with the whole spine on the mat here, we'll inhale to fill up, finding that bit more length, staying here for the exhale. We'll find one more bridge, so on your inhale, lifting up through the hips. A nice round of breath here. Filling up. And on your next exhale, slowly lowering vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing both knees into the chest. Wrapping your arms around your legs, maybe rocking side to side. Creating some circles with the knees. Giving the low back a little massage. And then we'll bring our hands to the outside of the thighs. Beginning to rock forward and back, taking your time. And then when you've gained enough momentum, coming into a seated position, crossing the legs, bringing your hands onto the mat and coming into tabletop. So in table, wrists aligned with shoulders, knees aligned with hips, fingers are spread wide, pressing through the palms and the knuckles. So active hands here. The elbow creases are facing towards each other, maybe a little bit of a bend in the elbows to protect our joints. And on your inhale, bringing the belly down towards the mat, opening up the chest, lifting head and gaze. Exhaling, belly towards spine, up to the sky, releasing head and neck down towards the mat. And going through these two motions of cat and cow, using your own breath. Maybe keeping the eyes closed or softening the gaze to really just focus inward. And on those inhales, really opening the chest, bringing those shoulders back and down. And on your exhale, pressing away from the ground, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. Staying in either position for maybe an extended period of time. Some hip circles might feel nice. Maybe child's pose. So make it your own. Exaggerate the postures. Trying to keep those nice, full breaths. One more round wherever you are before making your way back into your neutral tabletop. Tucking the toes under and lifting the tailbone to the sky, coming into our first down dog. So stillness is calling you. Feel free to stay still, but if you need to make some movements, maybe pedaling out the feet, coming onto the tippy toes and back down, making any little adjustments. Still active hands, so pressing away from the ground. A nice bend in the knees might feel nice here, so trying to get the belly towards the thighs. Shaking the head, yes and no, letting go of any tension that might be there. Once you're feeling good, finding a bit of stillness. A nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale to open up the hips, so a nice bend in the knee, bringing that right foot over to the left. And then again, staying still or maybe making some circles with the knees, maybe rolling out the ankle. Whatever you need here, checking in on the hips, seeing how it feels. And on your inhale, finding that three-legged dog once again. Exhale, knee towards nose. On our next inhale, we're going to keep our weight shifted like this. But on our inhales, we're going to bring the sole of the foot towards the sky as we open up the chest, maybe bringing our head and gaze forward. And then on our exhale, we'll round the spine, tucking the chin, bringing that knee towards nose once again. So an inhale to open up, sole of the foot towards the sky, still have a bend in the knees. And exhale to round. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. One more time, inhaling. Exhale to round. Staying here for your inhale. And on your exhale, coming into a low lunge, bringing that right foot forward. Slowly lowering the back knee onto the mat, untucking the toe, or you can keep the toes tucked if you want a little bit more stability, and inhaling the arms to the sky. So with any of our lunges, checking in on the hips, trying to bring that left hip forward, right hip back to keep everything nice and neutral. Core is engaged, relaxing the shoulders. A deep inhale here for length. Exhale to cactus the arms, open up the chest, maybe bringing head and gaze towards the sky. Staying here for the inhale. And on our exhale, we'll bring our hands towards the front as we tuck the chin towards chest and round at the spine, finding that space between the shoulders. So inhaling to open up, maybe sinking into the hips a bit. Exhale to round and curl. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Inhale to open, staying here for the exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to airplane the arms to the side of you, tucking the toes under if they aren't, and lifting the back knee off of the mat. So a crescent lunge with airplane arms, rolling those shoulders back and down. Head is an extension of the spine here. On your next inhale, bringing the arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Again, making any adjustments here to get comfortable so you can shorten your stance, maybe widen it a bit. Couple rounds of breath like this. And on your inhale, finding that length. Exhale to plant the hands onto the mat, bringing the right foot to meet the left, staying in your plank for a nice round of breath. So you can always lower the knees down to the mat. But in our plank, pressing out through the heels, you feel like the front of the thighs are pressing up towards the sky. Active hands still, so pressing the ground away, and then maybe gazing a few inches past the fingertips. So again, the head is an extension of the spine here. Inhaling to fill up, and exhaling to slowly lower the ground, keeping the elbows nice and close, using your full breath to get down to the mat. Untucking the toes so the front of your feet are on the mat, inhaling up to cobra. We're going to stay in this cobra for a couple rounds of breath. So again, rolling the shoulders back and down, using your own strength and flexibility, so maybe hovering your hands off of the mat. Breathing here. One more inhale to fill up, and exhale to release onto the mat. Lifting up and back into down dog once again. And inhale to fill up, exhale out through the mouth. Letting go of some heat. Inhaling the left leg to the sky. Exhaling to open up the hip. So bringing that left hip over to the right. Again, movement or stillness, whatever you need. Making circles with the knee. Rolling out the ankle. Trying to keep the weight evenly distributed in both your hands here. And on your next inhale, finding that three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards nose, and then keeping your weight shifted forward. On your inhale, bringing the sole of the left foot towards the sky as you open up the chest, maybe bringing head and gaze up. Exhale to round the spine, bringing the knee towards nose. Inhale, sole of foot to the sky. Exhale to round. Inhale, open up. Exhale to round. One more time, inhale, sole of the foot to the sky. Exhale, knee towards nose. Staying here for the inhale, and exhaling to your low lunge, left foot forward. Slowly lowering back knee onto the mat, inhaling arms to the sky. So modified crescent. Again, checking in on the hips, maybe bringing that left hip back a bit, right hip forward, keeping that core engaged. Long spine. And on our inhale, we'll find some length. Exhale to cactus the arms, open up the chest, maybe bringing head and gaze towards the sky. Staying here for the inhale. Exhale to bring the hands towards each other in the front as we round the spine, tucking the chin towards chest. Inhale to open up, maybe sinking into the hips. Exhale to round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. We'll stay here for the exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to airplane the arms beside you, tucking those back toes under, lifting the back knee off of the mat. Rolling those shoulders back and down. On your inhale, bringing the arms to the sky. Couple rounds of breath here, making any adjustments to get comfortable. Softening the shoulders. Nice bend in that front knee. And inhale to fill up. Exhale to plant the hands onto the mat, left leg to meet the right, choosing to go through a vinyasa or straight to down dog. So again, on your vinyasa, exhaling to slowly lower to the ground, inhaling to up dog or cobra, whichever one you'd like, and exhale to down dog. Remembering that vinyasas are always optional, so however you would like to get to down dog. And inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Bending the knees, gazing forward, hop or walk to the front of the mat. Inhaling to half lift, so fingers to shins, lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head. And exhale to fold forward. Couple rounds of breath in this forward fold. So maybe bringing your feet a bit wider than hip width distance. Maybe opposite hand to opposite elbow, a nice bend in the knees, a little sway from side to side. If you'd like to bring your hands back down towards the ground and then maybe walk them over to the right side, finding a little side stretch through the left. And then walking your hands over to the left, finding your side stretch on the right. Slowly coming back to center. And inhale to half lift, bringing the feet to hip width distance once again. And an exhale to fold. Inhale, arms to the sky, bringing the palms to touch. And on your exhale, maybe opening up the chest, keeping that core engaged to support the spine. Inhaling back to the sky. Exhale to fold right back down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to plant the hands, going through a vinyasa or straight to down dog, whatever you're feeling. And if you're not feeling either, child's pose. Full rounds of breath wherever you decide to go. Inhaling the right leg back to the sky. Exhale to open up the hip. Inhale for three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale to bring that sole of the foot towards the sky as you open up the chest. Exhale, knee towards nose, staying here for the inhale. Exhale to low lunge. Inhaling, arms to the sky, crescent lunge. Exhale to open up the chest, cactus the arms. Staying here for the inhale. Exhale to round as you bring the hands towards the front, tucking chin towards chest, feeling that space between the shoulders. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to open up, staying there for your exhale, maybe getting a little bit deeper. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale to plant the hands onto the mat, setting up for warrior two legs. So either your heels are aligned or the heel to arch, but the feet are perpendicular. And then we're going to bring our hands over to the left. So we're going to find a down dog-like back with warrior two legs. So still feeling those legs pressing towards each other, externally rotating the thighs. And then we're going to plant the hands onto the mat, creating that down dog back. So bringing the belly towards those legs. and then pressing away from the ground, still keeping the shoulders away from the ears. So a nice way to kind of automatically have that happen is to kind of wrap your scapula around the ribs. And notice as you bring those shoulder blades around the side body, they automatically go away from the ears. Slowly walking the hands back towards the body, you're going to come right into extended side angle. So if you'd like to use a block for that, go ahead and grab a block or something like a block, planting the right hand either on the ground or on your block and lifting the left arm to the sky. Nice round of breath like this. And on your inhale, using that core to come up to your warrior two. Making any adjustments, a nice bend in that front knee, gazing over the right fingertips, trying to get the shoulders stacked onto the hips. Breathing here, maybe closing the eyes. Again, softening the shoulders. Inhaling to fill up. Exhale to lengthen through both legs, reversing your triangle, so bringing that right arm up and over, finding that side stretch. Inhaling to lift up. Exhale to warrior two, rebending that front knee. Inhale to fill. Exhale to cartwheel the hands down to the mat, choosing to go through a vinyasa or straight to down dog. And when you get to down dog, a nice inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, letting go of that right side. Inhaling the left leg to the sky. Exhale to open up the hip. Inhale back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale to bring the sole of the left foot towards the sky as you open up the chest. Exhale, knee towards nose, staying here for the inhale. Exhale to your low lunge. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Making any adjustments here. And on your exhale, cactusing the arms, opening up the chest. Staying here for the inhale. Exhale to round, tucking chin towards chest. Hands together. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to open up. We'll stay here again for the exhale, maybe getting a little bit deeper. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale to plant the hands onto the mat. Again, finding those warrior two feet. So heel to heel, heel to arch, perpendicular feet. And then we'll walk the hands out to the right side, finding that down dog-like back. So again, shoulders away from the ears here, sinking the belly towards your legs, but pressing the ground away from your hands. Nice breath. One more round here. And slowly walking your hands back towards the body again. Extended side angle, so using a block or planting that left hand right next to the left foot as you inhale the right arm to the sky. And then using that core, making your way to your warrior two. Making any adjustments here to get comfortable. Again, a nice bend in that front knee. Maybe closing the eyes, gazing over the left fingertips. And on your next inhale, lengthening through both legs, finding that reverse triangle, lifting the left arm up and over towards the sky, bringing the right hand to the right leg. And on your inhale, lifting back up. Exhale to rebend that front knee. Inhaling here. Exhale to cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Vinyasa or a down dog. Whatever you're feeling. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Slowly shifting your weight forward, coming into plank. Inhaling here. Exhale to slowly lower down to the mat. Untucking the toes so the front of your feet are on the mat. We'll bring our arms beside us. And then on our inhale, we're going to lift both the arms, chest, or all the arms, chest, and legs off of the mat. So we're going to try to keep the legs at least hip width distance apart or closer. So we want to try not to have them going further than hip width distance apart. But on our inhale, we'll lift up limbs and chest. And breathing. So this posture will change with the breath. On your inhale, maybe you'll find a bit more lift. So rock with the breath. Feel that core engagement. Shoulders are rolled back and down. A couple more rounds like this. One more inhale. And exhale to release. Maybe windshield wiping your legs, so bending at the knees and then bringing the feet from one side to the other. And then slowly releasing your feet down to the mat once again. You can do the variation that we just did, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can interlace the hands behind the back. And then on our inhale, once again, we'll lift up, but with those interlaced hands, maybe you can find a little bit more lift in the chest. So when you're ready, on your inhale, lifting that chest and legs off of the mat, keeping the legs engaged, allowing that chest to be nice and open, using those interlaced hands to increase that open chest. And then again, feel the posture kind of rock with the breath. Making little adjustments as you go. One more deep inhale like this. And exhale to release down onto the mat, reframing the chest with your hands, so planting the hands on the mat and lifting up and back into down dog. So maybe the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide as you sink the hips down to the heels. Resting the forehead onto the mat. And coming back to that breath that you found at the beginning of practice. So intentionally slowing it down. Slowing your heart rate down. Deep inhales. Long, smooth exhales. And within the next breath or two, we'll meet in down dog whenever you're ready. We're going to go through one more flow, but switch things up a little bit more. So when you're ready, inhaling the right leg to the sky. Exhale to open up the hip. If you'd like to flip your dog here, you can bring that right foot down to the mat as you open up the chest, lifting the right hand off of the mat. So opening up the chest. And then when you're ready, we'll slowly make our way back to that three-legged dog. So the right foot is towards the sky. Inhaling here. Exhaling, knee towards nose, coming right into your low lunge. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale to open up the chest. Staying here for the inhale. Staying here for the exhale. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale to open up, warrior two. Filling up in your warrior two, making any adjustments. And on your exhale, reaching forward, extended side angle. So forearm to the thigh, Maybe you want to reach that right hand back down to a block or the ground. Maybe you'd like a half bind, bringing the left hand behind the back so you find the crease between your hip and thigh. Or if you want to get crazy and find a full bind, you can bring the right hand underneath the right leg, trying to clasp onto that left hand. But if you're feeling like you're hunching over at all, maybe taking it a step back. So if you have that bind, seeing if you can roll the left shoulder open just a bit more, and then see if you can try to get this little weight onto that right thigh as you can. Remembering to breathe. And as graceful as you can, coming back into your warrior two, lengthening through both legs, reversing that triangle. On your inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, warrior two, rebending that knee. And then we're going to pivot on the back foot, making our way back into our crescent lunge. Again, making any adjustments. Bringing hands to heart center. And then gliding that back leg forward, working on our warrior three. So remembering that warrior three is just staying aligned from the crown of the head to the foot. So if you get parallel to the ground, awesome, but working on alignment over depth. So remembering to keep in mind the hips, open chest, and then if you get parallel to the ground, awesome, but finding a focal point, seeing where you can go, keeping that lifted leg engaged, breathing. And then we're slowly going to begin to bend that left knee, inhaling to a one-legged mountain, so arms to the sky, left knee bent. And then we'll bring our arms beside us, working on our dancer pose. So we're going to bring the left foot to the left hand, and you're pressing that left foot into the left hand, and maybe that allows the left foot to lift a bit. And then you can keep your right arm beside you, or maybe lift it to the sky. If you're feeling comfortable here and want a little bit more, maybe trying the variation where you bring your left foot to the crease of your elbow, and then again, seeing if you can clasp your hands onto each other. That is a variation you may or may not like. Try it out. If you fall out of it, no problem. And then we'll slowly come back to our one-legged mountain. A nice inhale here, and exhale to forward fold, bringing that left foot with you. Nice rounded breath here, just letting go. Relaxing the head, relaxing the neck. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, arms to the sky, maybe having the palms of the hands to touch. If you're feeling it, exhale to open up the chest. Inhale back to the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to plant the hands, going through a vinyasa or straight to down dog. Again, whatever you're feeling, remembering that child's pose is always there. And one more side, inhaling that left leg to the sky. Exhale to open up the hip. Again, staying with that open hip, or if you'd like to flip your dog, bringing that left foot down to the mat. As you open up your chest, lifting that left hand off the mat. And then slowly coming back to your three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Inhaling here. Exhale, knee towards nose, right to your low lunge. Inhaling, arms to the sky. Exhale to cactus the arms, open up the chest. Staying here for the inhale. Staying here for the exhale. Inhaling, arms back to the sky. Exhale to open up, warrior two. Nice round of breath. And on your next exhale, reaching forward, extended side angle. So again, forearm to thigh, maybe reaching that left hand down to a block or the ground. Maybe you're wanting a half bind, bringing that right hand behind the back, or maybe a full bind, bringing the left hand underneath the left leg, clasping your hands. But if you are in that full bind, seeing if you can roll the right shoulder open just a little bit more. And wherever you're feeling, you can always come out of it a bit. And then slowly making your way out of wherever you are, inhaling back to your warrior two, lengthening through both legs and reversing your triangle, finding that side stretch. Inhaling to lift back up. Exhale to rebend that front knee. So we're going to make our way to our crescent lunge once again, pivoting on that back foot as we inhale our arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Gliding that back leg forward and trying out warrior three on this side. So again, maybe it's just a little tilt forward, but finding that focal point, making sure the hips are level, the chest is open, and then just kind of seeing where you can go. Maybe a little bit of a bend in that standing knee to avoid hyperextension. I always remember to say that on this side because of my own body. Breathing wherever you are. And then we'll slowly begin to come into that one-legged mountain, bringing our hands to the sky. Right knee bent and lifted. And then slowly bringing your arms beside you as you grab hold of the right foot with the right hand. So again, dancer pose. So we're pressing that right foot into the right hand, lifting the left arm towards the sky, and then seeing where you can go. Staying here, or if you want to try that variation, bringing your foot to the crease of the elbow, and then maybe clasping your hands. Maybe not. Who knows? Slowly release from wherever you are. Back to our one-legged mountain. A nice inhale here. And exhale to fold forward, bringing the right foot with you. Again, a nice round of breath in this forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to arms to the sky. Maybe one last micro back bend, opening up the chest. And on your exhale, folding right back down. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to bend at the knees, tucking the chin towards chest as you bring the belly towards the thighs, coming onto the balls of the feet. Maybe extending your arms out in front of you a bit. And then slowly coming down onto your sit bones and onto the back. Bring the soles of your feet nice and close to the sit bones, about hip width distance. Actually, let's come into some twists. So we'll bring our feet about mat width distance, knocking the knees in towards each other like we did at the beginning of practice. And then we'll, on our exhale, bring those knees over to the right, maybe gazing over at the left. This time, if you want a little bit more, you can maybe bring the right foot onto the left thigh. Letting go. You don't really have to do much in this posture. Allowing it to be pretty passive. One more round of breath. And then slowly making your way back to center on your inhale, and then exhaling over to the left, maybe gazing over at the right, and then maybe bringing that left foot to the right thigh. Again, a nice full round of breath here. And on your next inhale, coming back to center. If wheel is part of your practice and you are craving that, feel free to come into wheel, but I will guide you through bridge. So like we did at the beginning of practice, bringing the soles of the feet nice and close to the sit bones, about hip width distance. Feeling that whole spine on the mat to start. Palms are on the mat. And then on the inhale, lifting the hips to the sky. Maybe finding a bit deeper of a bridge here. Or if you want more of a restorative, you can always grab onto a block and bring it underneath the sacrum. So whatever you're feeling, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can bring one shoulder underneath and then the other, interlacing the hands under the tailbone. But again, lift through the hips, open chest, a little bit of a tuck of the chin towards chest. One more inhale here. Releasing your hands from underneath the tailbone if they're there. And exhale, just slowly release vertebrae by vertebrae. Bringing the knees in towards chest for a moment. Maybe a little rock from side to side. And then we'll slowly bring the soles of the feet to touch on the mat as we knock the knees out towards the side, coming into reclined bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe bringing one hand to the heart, one to the belly, just like we did at the beginning of practice. And then coming back to that breath, maybe closing the eyes. Noticing if you're clenching onto the jaw at all, relaxing the mouth. And if this feels really nice, feel free to stay here for Shavasana. But if you'd like to enter into a different posture, maybe bringing your arms beside you, extending the legs forward, taking up space, getting heavy, letting go of any tension in the shoulders, letting go of anything in the hips. Again, doing a body scan, seeing where you can relax just a little bit more. Maybe one more inhale through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. And allowing yourself to be completely relaxed. I am going to leave you in this meditative state so you can be here for as long as you have available. So please feel free to stay here as long as you can. And I hope you all are feeling a little bit better. Thank you for sharing this practice. Have a great rest of your night. Namaste.